Getting underway. Well, first, let me just say that Zayor is a very good friend of mine. He's someone that I know through a couple of my communities, this kind of sort of being one of them. I submitted the leaderboard for this game forever ago, truly intending to run it myself, but I never actually have. And it's really more Zavor's game than mine at this point. He has made it his own. He is very, very good at the game, and I am very excited to grant him the opportunity to show you what he can do. And I will now unmute him.
Okay, we're live. So we can go and counting down in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello and welcome to I'm Live, a game published by Ubisoft in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. A game with a kind of famous development history, where it was first announced in 2008 and didn't came out until 2012, so yeah, it was really horrible development. It got dropped off at one point and another studio got to come in and finish it. And they said that it has been in development since 2005, so 7 years later, the game finally came out. It got super popular on the Xbox Live Arcade. I think it was one of the most downloaded games at the Xbox Live Arcade. And then it got kind of forgotten. But yeah, it's a really nice game. I really like it. It has a lot of issues. It sure has a lot of issues. But it's kind of the charm of it as well. Especially in a speedrun. You can do a lot of interesting things with it. There's not very much to it in the beginning right here. You're just gonna cross the bridge and head towards the sewers. And the plot is basically this guy right here trying to find his family again after everything went really bad. There was a earthquake and a dust cloud storm thing as a result of it. So that's a little optimization trick, if you even can call it a trick, you're gonna see throughout the game, where I basically use an item as as the stamina drops. I can immediately use the item to make sure that my stamina won't go any further. Because when you run out of stamina in this game, you burn your stamina core basically. So the whole stamina bar to the left at the top gets burnt down when you use stamina, when you're out of stamina. And of course it's not good in a speedrun to run out of stamina. So I'm gonna try my best to not to, but it should be fine. I do pick up a lot of stamina items throughout the run, so. But yeah, you basically follow this guy here, the main character, who, yeah, he's called the protagonist. He doesn't have a name. Everyone else in the game has a name except the protagonist. kind of funny and kind of weird that they didn't give him a name. Yeah, exactly. He was supposed to have a name, but in the final product they never gave him a name, so he doesn't have a name, basically. I don't have my splits open right now, so I have no idea what pace I'm on. But it's fine since the game has a in-game timer, so the splits doesn't really matter anyways. Just for personal use to see what kind of pace you're on. Coming up here though is the first skip we do in the run.
I could force open this gate with something.
Step back.
So this guy right here is a scripted event where you get the machete, or sword, or knife, or whatever you want to call it. And after this you're supposed to go through the gate and do some things, but you can just jimmy jam up this board and you skip the entire segment, which caused the game to basically, you could call it a sequence break, because the game doesn't proper load in at this point. Like right here should be a old lady who's giving you a hard time right here in this door, but she doesn't spawn when you do the sequence break. And also you're supposed to go into this house over here to the left, which is your old apartment. And you're, of course, since you're looking for your family, you're going to your apartment. But you can do a cool trick as a result of the sequence break. You can go up here, push yourself against the wall and restart from checkpoint, and you skip the entire cutscene and sequence of the protagonist going into the apartment. Saves just under 2 minutes to skip all of that. It was the first trick I ever found in this game. And since I was the only runner for this game for about 3 years or something, almost everything in this run is found by me and myself. But the last couple of months the game has got some... Oh no, the game didn't load right. This can happen, but it's very rare. So I get to restart from checkpoint, because the characters didn't load in. This is what it's supposed to be like.
So much for 4
But since you do the sequence break, the game can actually break and don't spawn the characters at all. Akion has helped, indeed. So shoutouts to Akion, and also the two most recent runners that joined.
I have something to show you. What's your name, sweetie?
Have helped and found some optimizations and some really good theories. Black Ocean and Panjam, if I remember the name correctly. Panjam, I think his name was. But yeah, you can actually skip even more in that section by not resetting the checkpoints at all when you push up against the wall. I did right there a few moments ago. And you can actually skip getting the machete at all, which would skip even more. But sadly, you can't kill the first guy without the machete. It's a scripted event where you have to kill the first guy with a machete. However, you can pry open the gates without the knife, because the game automatically thinks that you have the machete or knife at that point. So you can pry open the gates without it, but you can't kill enemies without it. Would save a lot of time if it was skippable, but there's no way to kill the guy because you have no bullets and you don't have the knife or machete. I'm gonna call it different every time, probably, so get used to it.
Been here?
With my mommy, yeah.
Well, hopefully the good spots aren't too
Yeah, there's not much going on in this section either, with more than just going fast. Use the piton right there, which are used to kind of rest when you're climbing and regain your stamina. And since this is an N% run,
someone below us.
of course we won't save any of the
We can recharge
survivors
batteries.
in this game.
There's a lookout point on the top floor of the mall. If there are any crates on the
Have to
rooftops,
wait here for a bit
that would be a
before
good place to spot
the
them
game
from.
realizes that the protagonist has talked and you can start climbing again. Can't climb before he has talked. Yeah, right. Fuck the survivors. Frick them, rather. Coming up is one of the most recent skips we found. Or more like technique, maybe. Skip isn't really the correct term for it. But it's a ledge cancel, where you can run off ledges without climbing them. I'm gonna try it again, I failed it, obviously. At this point, I probably wasted time doing it, but I wanted to showcase it because it gets used more in the run. So probably wasted time doing it there, but yeah, I wanted to showcase it before.
Kinda high. Probably why it hasn't been touched. Looks like the building was under construction before the event.
You can do a lot of cool things with the ledge cancel or ledge skip or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, throughout the playthrough, it's very obvious that the developers for this game wanted this game to be so much more than it is. It's very obvious that they just dropped it at one point and said, you know what, we have been doing this for 7 years now. Let's just finish this up and move on, basically. I would say it's half finished in a lot of places. But still a good game. It has some very unique techniques that I've never seen in other games. The fact that some enemies can,
To reach that place.
instead of fight you, when you aim at them, they can surrender. I think it's a very cool concept. Especially in this environment, in this whole survival environment, that some enemies, you know, doesn't have it in them to fight you. I think it's a cool little technique they've added. Exactly. And the leaders or the bad guys or whatever
Looks like I could get into the construction site.
are always the same. So it's a pattern. You can learn the pattern for it, which enemies you can kill and which enemies are most likely to surrender. But yeah, the girl we found obviously wasn't our daughter that we searched for. Turns out it was a girl named May, and for some reason the protagonist just drops everything he has searching for his family and decides, you know what, I'm gonna help this girl instead. Fuck my own daughter. Oh, that sounded really bad. I'll take that one back. But yeah, heck my own daughter, and let's just help this one instead. And for some reason, I mean, it's not really explained why Especially since this guy has been searching for his family for over a year. Yeah. Well, I get it. I probably would have too. But it's still unexplained to why he just drops everything, searching for his own family. Especially if you follow if you go through the cutscene in the apartment, there are like photos of his family, and he gets really sentimental, and he says something like, "I promise you I will find you," and stuff like this. So it just doesn't really make any sense that the second he steps out from the apartment, he finds another girl and just, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna help you instead." That's what I mean.
Hey, you! Guys, we got company.
So right here, this guy over here, the bald guy, he's one of the bad guys, so we can kill him. And of course the guy with the pistol, and this guy will surrender. So he surrenders. So the big bald guys will never surrender. And the ones with guns will always shoot at you.
You crossed us the last time.
The bandana guy,
Oh, hold up.
and these guys should surrender.
I'm at your mercy.
Surrender,
Hold up.
and surrender. Yeah, I mean, the developers didn't like bald guys, apparently. Every bald guy in the game will never surrender. So it's basically as bald equals evil, for sure. Oop, that's not supposed to happen, but it's fine. I tried to do a little skip where you can actually skip that little extra pause right there by jumping in the loading zone, basically. But my angle was a little bit off, so I grabbed the ledge instead. There is a potential for a ledge cancel right here as well, but it's very dangerous. Really risky and very dangerous. So we don't do it as of right now. Since ledge cancels has been found, the health is, I wouldn't say it became a problem with the health, but you always take damage when you do the ledge cancels. So you probably menu like twice more than you did before in the run, because you used the painkillers. But I've tried to optimize it the way that I use painkillers when I also would normally use the stamina items. So the goal is to not waste any time, basically. And here I have a small visual cue for when to drop out of the cart to line up perfectly when this happens. Just a very small optimization. Because you don't want to hang from the pipe. And I pressed the wrong button, so I'm just gonna restart from last checkpoint. Heck it. I fat fingered my B button at the same time as I pressed my A button, so I dropped instead of jump. But there's a checkpoint right there, so didn't really matter that much. Here I will do the jump and the stamina item at the same time again, once more, to not waste my stamina. And here is a really cool trick that we have worked on together, which makes you, if you line it up properly and go out of bounds a bit, you can land on these pipes here and you can roll and grab these right here. It both skips the entire climbing over there, the entire climb part, and it also skips the drop part where the protagonist grab the pipe, and you have to use a piton after you have regained your control basically, and we skip all of that by doing this, so it's a really nice trick. Saves about 40 seconds all in all compared to the normal strats. Yeah, if you would hear typing or a voice or anything of the like, it would be my lady friend sitting right next to me playing Minecraft. Hope it doesn't bother you too much. Here I want to use the piton after the crossing, because as you will probably notice that the climbing in this game is really bugged. You press one direction, like the band one direction. No, but you press one direction and he can go any of the directions, especially up and down. When you try to climb up and down, he just says no and climb to the right. The band one direction. Yeah. Well, that was it for me then. Once again, I do the optimization where I use the item at the same time. Coming up here is a really nice skip that I found. It's probably the most recent skip I found. It's a nice little out of bounds you can do.
Now, let's get back to May.
And I will not forget to use a painkiller. Right here, probably. Because it's very possible to die here. I'm gonna do a ledge cancel. Down here. And you're not supposed to be down here, but the ledge cancels works in mysterious ways. Then you can drop down here and you're also not supposed to be here, so this is all out of bounds. And you can just clip through this wall right here. And that's very slow. You do not want to grab the pipe, but it's fine if you do. It's not part of the skip really, so... But yeah, I skipped the entire skyscraper, which is not that long, to be honest. It probably skips about 20 to... Yeah, I would say 20 seconds.
I should be able to get back to the street through here.
Yeah, at that point, it's no problem at all getting back from out of bounds. But since you do it out of bounds, this bit right here doesn't load in properly at all, as you can tell. Which is kind of strange, because, yeah, there are boxes here. Don't you see them? Don't you see the boxes? There's a ledge cancel right there that we used to do before that skip was found. But since there's no ground right there, it's really hard to time the ledge cancels, because you don't see the ledge. So, yeah. But that's a really nice, neat little trick. I think that's the most recent thing in this run that I can think of right now, at least. So yeah, if it wasn't clear from the beginning, May was sick. She has a really bad
I could reach the grapple point.
illness from something, probably from the dust in the... Well, they do explain it is from the dust. So in that crate right there was medicine that we picked up for May, and now we're heading back to May with the medicine. Not much going on at this point either.
I should try to swing back there with my grapple.
First kind of fight in the game, really. The other fights in the beginning were almost like tutorials with text prompts coming up to kind of just learn you, or teach you rather. But this would be the first fight where you're on your own. So you're gonna skip the first guy by just running away from him, and it's faster if you aim at him.
Hey, no more messing around.
And right here, I have been testing
Well, what do we have here?
a few
So much
options,
for introductions.
but the latest thing is to do it like this.
You win.
And he can surrender. It's kind of rare. I almost forgot. If he surrenders, you have to knock him out, or else you can't go in the checkpoint. I kind of forgot that, but because it's so rare that he surrenders. Most of the times he doesn't surrender.
Yeah, and guess what? I've got medicine for you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. That's part of the optimization. You can kick people into fires, and that's faster than to. If you walk up to them, you can struggle kill them, and you like begin a Star Wars-esque kind of sword fight where you have to struggle on mash to kill them.
You have a daughter the same age as me?
But it's much faster to kick them off like
Where is she?
a steep, or kick them into a fire.
I came back to
It's
have
much
it.
faster. It's savage
Don't
indeed.
drop that.
It sure is. And yeah, I will have no
That's the place. Henry
clue
told me
whatsoever what pace I'm on.
about.
So I'm just gonna keep playing
I'm
and
just
wait
taking
for the
child
end
to a
time.
safe place.
We got
Hold on.
If we kill this guy over here and also kill the good guy right here, that makes the bad guy, the bald guy, follow us. Because right here there's a cutscene, but the cutscene won't trigger if the game thinks you're in combat. So right now I'm in combat. I have a guy chasing me. And that will not, yeah, that will just count as I'm occupied. So the cutscene won't trigger.
Why is everybody mean now?
Not
There's a
everybody.
kind of long cutscene right there,
Are you mean?
so it's really nice to be able to
Promise
skip
I'm
it.
not.
Also one of the first things I found.
We have to reach the other end of the track.
Do you want to go down there?
Yes, we have to. Don't worry. It's gonna be exciting.
And this is by far,
Don't look down.
or
And
maybe not, but
in
it's
fact, just close your eyes.
probably
Only
the
when I tell
most buggy.
Okay.
Buggiest
I'll
part
close
of the
my
run.
eyes now.
Remember I told you that climbing is very buggy? Well, there's a lot of climbing right here, so
Open them now.
yeah, close your eyes,
Not
May.
yet.
Look at the flowers. But yeah, it may have looked easy, the climbing right there, but it's actually really buggy. And the guy never goes to the direction that you want him to go.
Not yet.
And
Almost there.
this technique right here, the leap jump, is probably the most frustrating in the entire game. Simply by the fact that it doesn't work sometimes. He
Here's the
just
part when the rail car
just
starts to
doesn't
shake.
jump for some reason.
I told you not to open them.
Oh yeah, it is for sure. Right there is a new spot where you use painkillers, because we are lower on health than we used to be. So that's
It's
one
okay.
of the
Open
only
your eyes now. We're on solid ground.
like time losses caused by the new route. But it's such a small thing to just open your inventory and take a painkiller. It's basically no time at all. Yeah, and that's the bald guy, and this guy is a nice guy, so he just surrenders. You see the pattern? It's always the same pattern.
Guys.
And right
we
here,
got company.
Whoa, guys, take it easy.
you can just kill the persons with guns,
Watch out, boys.
and they won't. because you pick up the gun, they can't pick it up, which means they're gonna start chasing you, and you can just run away from them, because you are faster than they are. The thing is, they never stop chasing you.
May, tell me about Henry.
Henry's a nice man. He was friends with my mommy before stuff got so broken. She helped him when he got hurt.
You can hear them in the background shouting for you.
How?
Mommy worked at the hospital. She helped all sorts of people.
So yeah, now we are at Henry's. A friend of May's mom, basically.
There's no one here.
And Henry is voice acted by the same guy that voice acts.
A hunting
What's his
bow.
name? Is his name
Worth a try.
Adam from Deus Ex? Adam Jensen is his name. Elias Toufelix or something of the like. I think it's a French name and I'm not good at French.
Just here on the map.
Toufexis? It just looks French. I have no idea. It looks French. Canada, yeah, so French. And yeah, he's like the only big voice actor in this game. So it's really weird that he only got like a minor role. Well, Henry is one of the leading characters, but he's not the leading character. So it's very strange that he didn't get to play the role as the protagonist. Well, they do speak French in Canada, so... Yeah, but a lot of these people are from Assassin's Creed. The protagonist is also voice acted by a guy who has been in the Assassin's Creed games. So yeah, right here you just run. Basically it. You pick up some stamina items and you use some stamina items. And I've tried to optimize it as best as I can. And we are headed for a boat to try to collect a radio transmitter. Yeah, almost everyone in this game, like the voice actors, has been in Assassin's Creed and or Deus Ex before. So, yeah, they're buddies, I would imagine. But it's just weird that by far the biggest guy, Elias, didn't get the main role. It's kind of funny.
There's enough rubble here.
I wonder what got him to say yes to this one. And right here, it's totally fine to burn your stamina. Actually, I'm gonna do it just for the sake of it. Because we're gonna use this item right here. Which put us back to not really full stamina. But it's fine, it's good enough.
There's a wrecked ship right there.
I also notice I am low on health.
But be careful, no
Again.
trouble's been living in there.
Probably just forgot to use a painkiller. But yeah, this guy we shoot with the pistol, this guy we shoot with the bow, and this guy. This is the Star Wars fight I'm talking about. It's very slow. But in some places it's required. Like, it's the better alternative, even though it's slow. So right here we're gonna shoot this guy right here with the pistol, that one with the pistol, and we're gonna kick this guy in the fire. It's the fastest way to do that fight. Fruit cocktail, yeah. The way to go in this game, fruit cocktails. This is first time you're introduced to armored enemies, which are only killable by shooting them in the head.
Kick your ass.
Gonna Star Wars fight this guy as well. This room in itself is not totally needed, it's just nice to have that extra bullet. And in fact, we're gonna do a pretty cool trick discovered by... I'm not gonna try to remember who of the guys it was, my memory is so bad. But one of the other guys in the community found a glitch to get an extra arrow, which is really nice. Yeah, there is a shotgun, but it's totally irrelevant. So right here it's kind of a queue. You're gonna pick up your bow and shoot that guy as fast as he spawns. So you're gonna pick up your arrow, and the game gives you an extra arrow, because the game doesn't think you have an arrow. And that's a neat little thing with this game, is that it gives you ammo on the lower difficulties when you don't have any ammo. So that's how you get an extra arrow. By tricking the game, you bait the game.
I could go back the way I came.
You can get the shotgun
Shortcut.
if you do the 100%. But also, as far as I remember at least, there is no ammo to pick up for the shotgun throughout the game. So it's kind of a strange thing that they put in. Also a weird sign maybe that they wanted to do more with the game, because they put in a shotgun but there's no ammo. Oh yeah, there are bullets in it, or shells or whatever you call it, in it when you do pick it up the first time. That's true. But other than that, there is no extra ammo throughout the entire game. It could be intended as well, I don't know. If it is, it's kind of cool, but also kind of weird. And if it's not intended, it's just weird, basically. So, now we have the radio transmitter that Henry wanted. So we're gonna give him that.
Henry,
Water's Edge Hotel. Used to be a real fancy place.
And now, we're gonna rescue May's mom. Linda is her name. So we're off to a creepy hotel to save Linda. There are enemies right here, which we're gonna kill through the wall, basically, like that.
Gas mask. Finally, we'll be able to last long dust.
And items should stack up nicely around us. I think I may have made a small mistake, but if I did, it's nothing at all to worry about. I think I should have 5 bullets right here, so I might have used 2 bullets right there. And if I did, it was entirely out of brain fault that I used 2 bullets. You should use 2 arrows and 1 bullet at that point. But I'm guessing I used 2 bullets, and it's fine. It's just an extra nice thing to have an extra bullet right here. You can have 5 bullets. But the extra arrow, on the other hand, is really a nice thing to have this run. So big props for finding that one. Same thing goes for here. It's nothing too crazy to worry about getting your stamina core drained right there. since we are going to pick up another fruit cocktail just when we have climbed this part. A few items I'm gonna grab right here. This is soda can. Also an item that you doesn't really have to pick up, but I think it's nice to have like some safety items, and that one is like almost exactly where you want to go. Anyway, so doesn't waste any time picking it up, so why not? But yeah, soon we will see our first girl or woman in this game, and it's Linda. Other than Linda, there are no sign of any females in this game. Other than May, then, of course. Another optimized fight right here. I'm gonna shoot that guy before they see you. And this guy can surrender.
No need for that, really.
We're gonna see if he does.
Let's talk this over, okay?
And if not,
Back off.
no, we're gonna Star Wars fight him. Getting laid? No, not this time. Not this time. She's really afraid of us. Understandably. She thinks we're a bad guy as well.
Take it easy, man. Relax. Have a bit of fun. Guys, look out.
Hey, no more messing around. Time to die. Whoa, fuck!
I killed the wrong guy. They ran in front of each other. So it was really hard to aim for the right guy. So I just had to Star Wars kill the other guy. Not that much big of a deal, really. It's just like small seconds. But if I was going to like push the world record or something like that, of course I would want to optimize the fights as much as possible. Oops. Yeah, coming up right here is the toughest fight in the game for sure, because there's so many enemies in such a narrow space.
Time to die. Whoa, crap!
What happened? I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck. I couldn't move and I couldn't shoot. So, could be a problem because I only have, as I said, I have one less bullet than I would like to have, so I'm gonna just cheese this. And Star Wars fight this guy. Yeah, I was completely stuck. I'm guessing that the enemy that I killed right there, they don't really die at first. They just stand and like struggle.
Don't touch me.
So it was not a bug. It was just unfortunate that I got stuck between two enemies.
I'm untying you, okay? No problem.
So stuck that the protagonist or the character
I don't have any.
couldn't pull out his gun
May?
since I was so crowded.
You've seen my daughter.
And yeah, this cutscene is unskippable.
Don't worry, she's safe.
Rip run. Rip run indeed. No, it's fine.
Whoever
Just that I have one
let's go.
less bullet and I will have to account for that later on. But as you can see, the game is really nice.
Let's go
So it
through
says to me,
There's access to a
here's
desk
2
at
extra
this hotel.
bullets. And this is a benefit from doing the run on easy.
May didn't like it. She coughed.
But I'm still 1 less bullet than I should
I
be.
was trying to find her some medicine and I got grabbed. I've been so worried about her.
Or that I want to be.
She
Rather.
was coughing when I found her, but we did get her some medicine. I think she'll be all right.
But yeah, that's a perk from running this game at easy. that the game gives you stuff out of pity.
Hey, you!
Gonna shoot that guy, gonna shoot that guy, and gonna shoot that guy.
Shoot all you want. I'm
And as you can tell, I'm not really worried to take damage since I do have the body armor that I pick up from the guys with body armor. So I'm not really worried to take damage anymore, this part of the run. Yeah, I forgot Linda. That's ripped run. Mission failed. And that's a really nice thing about this, is that Linda can't die. You can't actually fail because Linda dies. That would be something. And here, once again, you can shoot the guy
Hide there,
with the
so
gun
they don't look too happy.
Come to pop.
and try to pick up the... Did I pick up the... I did. Nice. I was worried that I didn't get the gun, because if you don't get the gun, they can pick up the gun and start shooting you. Like right now, Linda is not with me at all.
When did people start leaving the city?
Yeah, where are you going? Come back here. So they are chasing me. They are actually... They have ran past her. They are closer to me than Linda are right now. So I can't even imagine if you had to protect Linda. That would be horrible.
I lived here before with my wife and daughter. We weren't together when the event.
But that's not the case, so...
I was on the East Coast.
Yay.
I got injured. It took me all this time to recover and walk back. I arrived this morning and,
She is a strong, independent woman. Clearly. Clearly, she is. We just rescued her,
Have to light
but
the
clearly
satellite
she
someplace
is.
nearby, above the fog layers.
Fuck
The
Linda.
building right behind us would be perfect.
Yeah. That could be an incentive, if that was the case. Leave Linda behind. But yeah, now we retrieved Linda. Or saved Linda, rather. Retrieved sounded wrong. So now we're gonna try to basically get them out of here. And by doing this, you're gonna go up on a high building, pop some firecrackers, and notify that you are here for everyone to see. Basically. I do want to check real fast if I have... I do have. Nice. I wanted full stamina right here, so I used my item. Hopefully that won't bite me later on. I don't usually use item right here, because usually I have done a better job at conserving my stamina core. And the camera at this point is... I know where I'm going. The game does a really good job to telling you, you're supposed to go here, up this pipe right here. You see this pipe right here? And the camera locks in for the pipe for 5 seconds and you can't do anything about it. You can skip this little cutscene overview of the skyscraper. So now we basically have to go to the highest point imaginable and pop some firecrackers. And this is
no way I can drop that.
to let the civilization know that you need to be rescued. So basically a budget flare. I am jumping, I'm pressing, yeah. Sometimes the game just doesn't like you at all. I imagine this game to be a grumpy old lady sometimes. You can do a ledge cancel right there as well, but we recently found another ledge cancel coming up that's even bigger, and that right here is a really big and nice ledge cancel you can do. But you can't die from it, and it takes a lot of damage. So I didn't want to do the ledge cancel earlier for a much safer second bigger ledge cancel. And yeah, I pressed jump, but you know, it's fine. And yeah, obviously dying is not good. So taking an extra second to heal up instead of dying is worth it. Hello? The menu, I got lost in the menus. Like lost in translation, but in the game menu instead. The game will jump when it's good and ready. Exactly. Exactly like that. You can't really do anything about it either. You just have to accept it. And after some hundreds of hours into this game that I have spent, I've come to good terms with the game and just accept the game as it is, you know. This cutscene, however, you can't skip, so you have to watch the second little overview of the building. It's like an old car. If it doesn't complement the game, it gets cranky. So there, that little mechanic screwed me over, because I did it, but the character didn't respond at it at all. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. But there's a lot of climbing, sadly. And since climbing is the worst mechanic in this game, there's a few frustrating moments, for sure. And when it comes to out of bounds and stuff like skips and such, in this game you go upwards very much. You go up in the direction up, you know? And it's really hard to do out of bounds and stuff in this game that I have found that makes you go up. There's a lot of out of bounds you can do. And when it comes to going down, there's a few. There's a lot of skips you can do. But going up is harder. So, sadly, you have to climb this entire building as intended. The normal scrub way. But I think that's the case for many games. Oh, that's not the direction you want to go. I think that's the case for a lot of games when it comes out of bounds and stuff.
Hey, how did you get here?
There's possible to go to through the right door that I tried to do there and do a very precise jump to make you jump across the entire elevator, basically. But it doesn't save. It saves like 1 second. It's just pretty cool. But I failed it, and I didn't want to waste time of getting it, so... Exactly, as you say. Up in intended ways are much more tricky to perform in a lot of games. So that's true. It's not specific for this game at all. It's just sad in this game because you do go up a lot, so it would be nice to have some way to do it. My stamina is a little off, I can tell, because I usually don't have to push my stamina this far. And I can see right now, actually, that I am a little off on stamina, but it should be fine. Here we take damage, but that's... You see the amount of damage I take. And these pipes right here are the most buggiest in the entire game. Because sometimes these pipes just go into the wall and they disappear from the line of the other pipes, which makes the character not be able to grab the other ledges. So the character just falls and dies. And that was actually really close. You could almost see him fall before I got to grab the extra pipe right there. And that's a run killer for sure. That has killed many PBs for me. Those pipes right there. And also that's also a thing that can happen. I'm actually kind of glad that that did happen. So you got to see the amount of bullshit that can happen in this game. What? Hello? Can you go down, please? I'm pressing down. But yeah, the run has gone pretty smooth actually. So it was actually kind of fun that happened. So you got to see some of the bad parts of the game. Here we take a lot of damage, but it's just so much faster to drop from ledge to ledge than to actually climb the stairs. And we shouldn't take any more damage in this run, so we should be fine. That is a question I have asked many times in this game, why the items are where they are, especially that specific soda can right there on the roof of a skyscraper. And the answer is it just does. Someone left it there. One of the last... We were coming up... I'm not supposed to sprint there, I just realized, but it's fine. Should be fine. I can take this water bottle. I could probably use him right there, because you can just sprint past these guys. That's why I wanted the stamina. So you kind of can skip these guys, and coming up are the last part of the run. We are at their... We are going home basically. We did alert the rescue boat or whatever that we were here, and we are now getting picked up. But first, we got to go through one last part before we can climb the... And this is a really optimized place, maybe the most optimized part of the run. Because there are tons of enemies right there. But the way we do it right now should trigger these guys. And it didn't. That's weird. I have to retry that one. Just it should trigger those guys to move. So that you can run past them. And that's almost a that has never happened before moment. because they always move. Yeah, you see, now they moved. So that was a little, that has never happened before. Glad we got one of those.
That's Henry's wheelchair.
That's Henry's wheelchair. Oh yeah, and they captured May. I don't know if that was
May,
explained.
you're looking everywhere.
We can skip the cutscene. And we are on the home stretch of the run.
It's flooding.
An okay run, actually.
Take you to the boat.
A few hiccups and a few misplays. But usually I don't talk this much in runs. So yeah, the focus has not been on the run entirely. But it's still a good run, I would say. I have no idea what time it is though. So that should be interesting.
You, my friend, are a miracle.
Oh, thank you. I'm not really used to it, and it's my first marathon run as well. You can't sprint here, that's really frustrating. Just wanted to say that, so you can share my frustration.
Their destination is a settlement called Port Sienna.
Just past an hour? Oh, okay, okay, okay.
How far is that?
That's
They said
that's
we'll be
actually
there in
good.
2 days, so I guess
That's
it's on
actually
close.
good.
But we heard several messages
Good,
mentioning it before.
like good enough.
They have supplies there, and the air is much cleaner than here.
That's what May needs.
You must be Linda. While we were waiting for you, the boat nearly got hijacked by some guys with guns. Let's go. We'd all like to leave this place as far behind as possible.
Yeah, it's more than good enough actually. It's good. It's great rather. So yeah, we have to watch this little end cutscene before we get to know the time. But you could call it time right now. You could call it time right now. Ah, nice. I saw what you did there. You wanted a nice, clean time. I respect that. I respect that.
No, May. I'm not.
Why not?
I just can't.
Woo! Woo indeed.
I'm Julie and Mary. I left them once before. I can't do it again. Besides, Henry's still out there, and I'll bet he needs my help.
So yeah, they reunited with each other. You saved them.
I'll make sure
You got
she
them
hears
home.
from you.
But you didn't find your family at all.
Take care.
So yeah, was it supposed to be a second game to this? It's very unclear. Many questions.
It's gonna be okay. If you're still here, I'll find you. I promise.
He didn't find them, I don't think, but yeah,
Find a way
she kind of find him.
to you.
Spoiler. Yeah, GG. It was a good run. Gonna be excited to watch the end time coming up like in a couple of seconds. Thank you all for watching. Been a real treat to attend my first marathon run. And a huge shout out to Emerald Alley and to Fleet Fest. 59:53, not far from world record actually. So a great run, a really great run. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. Bye.